Hey guys, so we're back with part 2. Now we're going to be doing the men's 400 semi-final, and then we will do the women's semi-final, and then we will close out with the 400 finals back to back. Now I think from what I've heard, there's only 3 heats of the semi-finals for the men's 400. So now we're gonna do, I think this is heat 3 or heat 2. Then we're gonna jump into heat 2 and then heat 3. So this heat features Quincy Wilson, which is the high school sensation. The cool thing about what he's doing is that it hasn't been done since 1976, if I'm not mistaken. He's one of the few age athletes that done something like that. I remember back in 1996 at the Atlanta games, there was one athlete, he was I think 19 years old or so, that made the team, and that hasn't happened before. So the fact that he has no pressure on his shoulders, but he's just so talented and he's willing to just do what it takes to be a great athlete and compete with these athletes. I cannot even imagine when that kid start growing up how super fierce and talented and destructive he's going to be. He might even get closer to the world record. You never know. With age comes with responsibilities and ideas of how to break them, because he's already running 44. And if he keeps that energy and that upbeat tempo, I think he's going to get closer to that world record in the future when he start really growing up and figuring out his race patterns. Because right now you don't want to put too much pressure on a teenager, because the Olympic pressure is still in the air, you know, especially when you're like a veteran and that's how you make your living. That's a different story. But enough said. So this is the men's semis and features Quincy Wilson.
Turn into Allison Felix, Sonia Richards-Ross, Sydney McLaughlin-Lebroni.
And he's going to be racing against veterans like Vernon Norwood, who'll be in lane 7.
And he made his first U.S. team in a long time last year. Made it all the way to the World Championships and was...
So before we continue, so he is in semi 2. So you have Ja'Cory Patterson, you have Godwin, you have James, you have Genoa, you have Deadman, you have Quincy Wilson, Norwood, I'm sorry, and then you have Nicklin, and then you have Bren. So those are the top. The field is super packed, so let's see what's going to happen. Okay guys,
just off the podium in 4th at the Budapest World Championships. He will start in 7. The high schooler Quincy Wilson, a lot of eyes are going to be on him. He's in 6th. His coach Jolie told us earlier this week he will not be afraid of the moment. He certainly didn't look it in the first heat.
I mean, he has nothing to lose.
No.
Every single race he's just taken it in stride, and it's just been so fun to watch this young man. We're going to be watching him for a long time.
come on. Alright, come on Norwood, come on Quincy.
Quincy Wilson, he's got Bryce Denman on his inside.
And Quincy Wilson usually gets out fast, and Vernon is the one who usually holds back, but Vernon seems to be out well, as Quincy has not come.
Yeah, because it's, believe it or not, I kind of understand, because it's like, you're a veteran, you're not about to be sitting here and let a 16-year-old beat your butt. And he haven't even got his driver's license. I mean, I know that doesn't count as anything, because talent comes out of any places. But some veterans, that's how they think. It's like, we're not about to sit here and get paid just to get beat by someone else that's younger than them. Like 16 years younger.
Actually, behind him there, Bryce Deadman, who is off to a good start, has closed up the high schooler.
Quincy Wilson showed me something in that first round. he showed me that he is able to run
Come
the
on.
last 100 of this race, and he's going to need one because he's falling back.
He sure is. Vernon Norwood, he's chasing down Judson Lincoln, and now here we come. Top two go through on the inside. Bryce Deadman. Look at this. The kid's coming back. Oh, what a finish from the 16-year-old.
44-44.
So he's going to have to rely on time. Right now, he is the top of the bubble and looking very good.
He made it top 3. I know it's top 2, but if you run with a faster qualifying time, you get to be able to sit and see what the other 2 rounds have to do. And then if you run then the previous round, then you get to go to the finals. If I'm correct, you guys could correct me, because I think that's how normally the trials work. Even if you're like the fastest out of the 3, if you're the fastest loser or the fastest person qualifying, they get to take you, and you just have a small queue or a big queue, and you just gotta wait to see how the other rounds goes. And if the other rounds run slower, then you're in the finals. I think that's how it works.
In the final,
Bryce Deadman gets the win over Vernon Norwood. Woo! The crowd know what they just saw.
and that's because that's another under 18 world.
He broke another
This kid
record.
is phenomenal.
Listen, it is not easy running back-to-back personal best in the 400. Your legs feel it every single time, and he's just done it twice, and he's just doing it in spectacular fashion.
And Sonia, let's be honest, there are a lot of us, you and I included, that thought maybe he ran too fast in the first round. This confirms this kid is a serious player because he came off the turn with work to do, and work he did. These are grown men he's running down.
And listen, when someone passes you on the inside, a lot of times it takes something out of your legs, but he still found something in the final 50 meters of this race to challenge the best American men in the country.
And here's why this is so significant, that he looks like, it's not sure yet that he's going to make the final.
Okay, see, like I was right. So top 2 makes it to the final, but if you don't get a queue, but you have the fastest time, you have to wait. So congratulations to Bryce Deadman, Norman Norwood, and Quincy Wilson got a 44-59. So he's right under Norman Norwood. So that means if everybody else that runs in the next round doesn't have the same time, Quincy will manage to get into the final. But we're gonna stop it here because I think he did such a good job. I think whatever he's gonna do next is gonna be even more insane, and let's just see what's gonna happen. Like I said, guys, I cannot stress this enough. Thank you guys so much for tuning in with me yet again. I think I'm very honored and appreciate that you guys take your time out the day to not only subscribe, but at the same time to see what's going on at the Olympics trials, and can't wait to cover the Jamaican trials because I really want to know what the response of the Jamaicans after that great win from the men's and women's 100 team, because Paris is gonna be a bloodbath. All right, like, you're gonna have so many spectacle. I'm already gonna be making my prediction once the whole trials are over. I have to be very critical of who I put at the finals, especially heading to how I'm gonna see Paris, how it's gonna be shaping up to be. Would the world record go down this year for the 4x1 women? Lord knows, because there's a lot of heavy hitters. But like I said, time will tell. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video, which will be the women's semis. But before we do that, we'll cover the other 2 rounds of the men's semifinal. All right, bye bye guys.